Moscow was under a massive drone attack. On Sunday, February 15th, the capital of the aggressor country was attacked by unidentified drones almost from early morning. This was reported by Russian Telegram channels. According to posts by Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin, the attack on the capital began at around 11:40 and continued at least until 16:10. Also, according to reports from Rosaviatsia, Domodedovo and Vnukovo airports were temporarily restricted in their operations due to the threat of drone attacks. This occurred approximately between 15:40 and 16:40. At the very least, the first airport was neither receiving nor dispatching flights, while the second was operating only with approval from the relevant authorities. After the attack, Sobyanin reported the alleged destruction of 18 drones, and that emergency service specialists were constantly dispatched to the sites where debris fell. According to a publication by the Russian Ministry of Defense on February 15th, Russian air defense allegedly shot down 102 drones between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. over the Bryansk, Kaluga, Tula, and Moscow regions. There are large-scale power outages in Russia's border regions. Belgorod was left without electricity after a series of drone attacks on energy infrastructure facilities. Subsequently, problems with electricity were also reported in Bryansk. According to reports from local social media groups, explosions were heard in Belgorod near a substation and other energy nodes. Bryansk was subjected to a massive drone attack, resulting in power and heating outages.
Well, this is no longer funny at all.
According to the region's governor, Alexander Bogomaz, supposedly more than 170 drones were shot down over the area. However, he later admitted that as a result of strikes on energy infrastructure facilities in the Bryansk region, 5 municipalities and parts of others were affected. There is no heat or electricity in Bryansk. Reportedly, one of the drones struck a local substation. The war is gradually shifting, well, not just gradually, but quite significantly, onto Russian territory. Finally, onto Russia's side. And now in Belgorod, people are saying, "Why are you telling us about how Ukraine is sitting without power? We're also sitting without power." Well, that's the boomerang effect, and war usually comes from both sides. For those Russians who still haven't fully understood what war is, when will they finally be able to understand it, for example, in Moscow? Is it actually and truly possible this year to create a boomerang effect in Moscow, so that it finally fully sinks in for those who, quote-unquote, simply don't get it?
We are definitely on that path today in Moscow. And this is not just information from our general staff or from our own channels. Because how can you really trust our channels if there are not any people there who have actually seen and personally witnessed these things for themselves? This can only be based on the analysis of those channels that are run by Russians, on their observations, on their perceptions. So reports are coming in today that a record-breaking number of drones flew over Moscow and the Moscow region.
Is it happening today?
Yes, last night. According to various estimates, between 100 and 170. Wow, that's something. At the same time, a lot also flew into the Bryansk region and a lot into the Belgorod region. And now the governor of the Belgorod region is already considered an enemy of the people and inconsistent there. Pavlik Morozov, because he criticizes the authorities there for the way they are oppressing him, how negatively they treat him. That's it. According to reports from Mayor Sergei Sobyanin himself, a total of approximately 20 unmanned drones were seen flying over the capital city of Moscow. You'd need Levitan's voice to announce something like that. According to the TASS report, 20 were flying. And they weren't just falling over Moscow, they were being shot down. They were shot down deliberately. I think permission was given to shoot them down. Of course, there were specific targets. The fact that there were known targets is certain. For example, a customs warehouse was hit and suddenly showed signs of secondary detonation. Something kept exploding there, over and over again.
Interesting customs warehouse. What were they clearing through customs there? From the sounds, it was clear what had been cleared at the warehouse.
And if you look at the impression Russians get from these drones flying overhead is horror and nightmare. Because when this flies over Ukrainians, that's considered normal. But when it is flying directly over you, when you see it coming closer, when you realize it could fall, it could explode, it could hit some specific target, or maybe even seriously injure or kill you. That is exactly when the real fun begins. And today, Russians, I think not even all Russians, but specifically Muscovites, because this is about the Belgorod and Bryansk regions, they know very well what this is like. Missiles have fallen on them there, bombs have been dropped on them by their own planes. They already know all about this. They've already been through it all. And now, all that's left is to realize what Ukrainian drones are like. What is most interesting about this is that there are various claims suggesting that it turns out that there were several Flamingo missiles involved in the incident. But I think that's nonsense, because if there really was a Flamingo missile with a 150-kilogram warhead, I think there wouldn't be that many witnesses left. So I don't think that happened. This shows that they are so terribly afraid that they are waiting and afraid. So wait and be afraid.
Wait and be afraid. Finally, you've realized it, though it took you a long time since the 24th. It will be 4 years this February 24th, and it's only now sinking in for you. Well, now it will finally get through to you.